everyone, and welcome to Whose Life Is It Anyway? A show where everything is made up, but the points actually do matter. If any of that sounds a little familiar, well, that's because yes, this is an improv comedy podcast where all the stories you're about to hear were completely made up on the spot, guided and prompted by real improv comedy games. How does it work? Well, two players are tasked with having a podcast-like interview or conversation, making it all up as they go, but there's a third guest who can interrupt at any time and give them new rules or new directions for their conversation via a list of different improv games and guidelines. How do you win? Well, if a player breaks character or simply doesn't follow the rules of the game they're in at the time, the other person is awarded a point, and at the end of a 20-minute time limit, the guest with the most points wins, and of course, becomes known to the world as a comedic genius. So, without any further ado, let's find out who's making stuff up in this episode. Everyone, welcome back to the show. Welcome to Whose Life Is It Anyway? It's an improv comedy podcast, obviously. But this time, the points, they sure do matter. And there's going to be somebody who's trying to win this game, trying to take more points away from me, because this episode I'm playing against my friend Matty McClelland. Matty, welcome to the show.
Hi there. My name's Matty, and I want more points.
He wants more points. He really does want more points.
I want them more than anything in the entire world. I want those points more than the safety of my family.
The person who's going to be distributing said points, the host for this episode, my friend Taylor Lumley. Taylor, welcome to the show.
As you know, I am the point father, the point daddy.
The point daddy.
That is what the audience has coined you.
He's
after
the point
having been on this show. Unless this episode releases first, then no one will have known that. But it doesn't.
Be the ultimate point
it really
daddy.
doesn't matter. Well, you are the appointing daddy, because you need to appoint us our roles in order for us to get this episode started. Who is the interviewer? Who is the interviewee? Let's get this podcast started.
So this one, we're going to have Matty. You are the interviewer.
Okay.
Ross, you are the interviewee.
All right.
You gentlemen ready?
Start the clock.
Give me a moment. I'm ready.
And go.
Well, welcome to the Suffrage Podcast. I am your host, Daniel. Right now, the Lizard Suffrage Podcast is a podcast where we talk about lizards and how they deserve to vote. Here are these great
Change.
Where how these lizards deserve not to vote at all. There's been legislation put in place where lizards are supposed to be voting, and I'm out there rooting, tooting, shooting all these lizards, making sure they don't vote for the guy that I don't want. And right now on this podcast, joining me today is a pro. Sorry if there's booze. A pro lizard suffrage scientist. He says he's a scientist. I don't believe him for 1 second. Dr. Fart, how are you doing?
It is a fart with PH. ARTE.
Dr. Fart.
Please don't. You're immediately trying to discredit me. I wanted to come on this show to try and talk this out.
Okay, Dr. Fart.
PHARTE, just for your listeners and viewers.
Thank you so much for coming on to the Anti-Lizard Suffrage Podcast, where we talk about how I don't want those lizards to be voting in my elections. I don't want those lizards to be making decisions for me or mine. But you do. You want the lizards to decide my fate.
Well, it's not about your fate. It's just everyone. You know, I mean, and the thing is, humans, we've had the table for years. You know, years of change. Humans, a lot of times we don't really know who to vote for, and I think sometimes if we had some lizard input there, it'd help balance things out a little bit. I mean, have we really been doing things right this entire time anyway?
Well, can I ask you how a lizard's perspective would help us in the economy?
I think actually, the big thing that a lot of people don't know, lizards are actually a lot smarter than what we give them credit for. That's my doctorate, lizard intelligence.
Well,
Ross, we're going to play a game called Questions Only.
Well, what about all these damn lizards that are shouting nonsense in the middle of the night surrounding me and mine?
Can I ask you a question?
Do you have a fucking mouth?
Why do you...
Sorry for cursing there. I'm sorry. Are you okay?
Why do you hate lizards so much?
Why does a bear shit where a bear shits?
Does it have any other choice?
Have they ever seen those commercials with the bears, the toilet paper bears? They know where they shit?
Have you read up on lizards that much, or do you just hate them?
Do I look like an unlearned man?
Do I look like a liar?
Do I want to kick your ass right now?
Why would you do that?
Why would I do that? Why wouldn't I do it?
Can we talk about the lizards, please?
Can you stay on topic?
Did I not just ask about the lizards?
Why should lizards be able to vote? Why do they get to choose for me and mine?
Have you ever sat and just talked to a lizard?
Why would I do that? They have nothing to add.
Do you ever just wonder?
Do I wonder?
Are you crying?
Do these look like tears?
Yeah.
Thanks for ending that. I had no idea where I was going.
Gentlemen.
So, I'm just...
Wait, that's not a point for Ross. Sorry, that is a point for Matty.
That's right.
I'm just trying to figure, we're trying to have a good conversation here. You asked me on your show. I was willing to come on here and talk
I've been
this out.
totally fair and unbiased the entire time.
Change.
I have made my point very clear, and I am very biased again about this.
I just kind of want... The tears are telling me something. I am a doctor of many sorts. I can kind of...
I have a history, yes, with the lizards.
Okay, this is... I know this is your show, but could you tell me about that, please?
Well, no one's ever asked me a question on my own show.
Sorry if I'm overstepping a boundary. I just think that this is the thing. It's like I'm representing lizard kind right now,
You're pissing me off.
And I do apologize for that, but I just want to know, I just want to get to the bottom. Where's the hate come from, It's the thing is that, like, people just walk by lizards all day, every day, right? And they are...
Pause. We're going to play a little game called If You Know What I Mean. Gentlemen, you will only be able to talk in innuendos.
I'm just trying to tip the voter scale, if you know what I mean.
There's some deep, dark dirt in my past, if you know what I mean.
You ever think to maybe grab a shovel and dig it up, if you catch my drift?
I like to keep my dead bodies buried, if you know what I'm putting down.
You ever grabbed a lizard by the gizzard, if you catch my drift?
I have literally grabbed a lizard by the glizzard, if you know what I mean.
That's what lizards do, if you know what I mean.
Give Ross a point.
That is a point for Ross.
Here's the thing. Lizards, a lot of the times you see them running around, they communicate like this, right? They go, right?
Change.
Lizards run around a lot of the times, and they're like, hey, I'm a fucking lizard! I'm a lizard! But
Change.
No lizards, they don't even exist, all right? They don't exist. I'm tired.
Everyone tells me that they don't
trying-
exist. Everyone says, Daniel,
I'm done. I just can't anymore, okay?
Daniel, they tell me Daniel, because that's me.
That is your name.
You're Dr. Fart.
I'm Dr. Fart.
Which is hilarious, and you suck. They say, Daniel, those lizards don't exist. And I say, well, what's keeping me up at night? Who killed my kids back down in El Paso in 1964? Who killed them? If it wasn't fucking lizards, I'm sorry for cursing again.
Daniel, I'm not a doctor.
You're Dr. Fart.
No, that's a made-up name. Who would have the name Dr. Fart?
You told me your name was Dr. Fart.
I made it up.
Why would you lie to me?
Because I needed to get on your show somehow. I knew if I didn't have an opposing view to bring on your lizard show,
Well, here
the
you
whole
are.
voting shit, it's all made up. Lizards aren't real. I'm the one that killed your family in El Paso.
In 1964?
In 1964. I also killed your uncle the year
Pause.
before.
We're going to keep going from here. We're now going to play alphabet. Starting letter is F.
Freaking what are you talking about? You're the one who massacred? Why would you in the lizard costume?
Go back in your mind, think about it. You've seen me before.
How long has it been?
I don't know. 30, 40, 45 years?
Just help me understand something. Why are you here today looking at me in my eyes, Pretending to be a Dr. Fart.
Knives. Knives is how I killed your family.
Look here, you buster. I know it was knives, but it was lizard wielding knives. Knives wielding lizards. Those lizards had knives. And I saw them crawl all over my family, me and mine. And I was brave enough to get them off of me, but my poor son, Jeb, he wasn't brave enough. And those lizards, they stabbed him.
Man, oh man. You believed that those lizard costumes me and my friends were in were actual real lizards this entire time?
No. I know these were real lizards, and they said, we want to vote. We got to vote, and we're going to put in the people, and they'll kill my family again.
Oh, so you're real confused.
Pretty much.
Question for you. Think back. Is there anything you did wrong maybe the day before your family ended up dead?
Really, I don't remember. I was on ayahuasca. I had a big old sack of sunflower seeds that I was going to town on.
Sunflower seeds. That should ring a bell.
Tell me something, Dr. Fart, if that's your real name. My family's dead. Was it you and your friends that killed my family?
Understandably, you're upset.
Very upset.
Whoa. Slow it down, okay? I came here to confess, okay? I made up the whole lizard thing. I made up the whole doctor thing. I needed to get it off my chest, all right? I am the one that killed your family. I already told you that.
Xylophones is what I heard. Or you playing a xylophone? I thought I heard xylophones as my family were being murdered by what I thought was suffrage-seeking lizards that wanted to vote the people into office that were going to kill my family again. That's what they told me. Is that what you told me?
Yes, you did hear xylophones, but that just happened to be there was xylophone players right next to the carnival where I unfortunately struck your family down.
Zippity-doo-dah carnival. The one that was right there, that's what I was doing there. That's where I got all my sunflower seeds. I won them doing a little game.
All day you were there. We followed you the entire time.
But we left and then came back.
Could have lost your trail at that point, but you made it pretty easy.
Did you come and hunt down my family specifically?
Exactly.
Forget it. I don't want to talk to you anymore. I'm calling the cops right now. I'm calling the big old coppers. They're going to come with their big old wagon. They're going to take you away because you killed my thing. And I still believe in lizards.
We did the alpha. We won. We each won.
I don't
Give us both a point.
We'll both get a point.
I don't know if I've experienced that yet. So that is a point for Matty and Ross.
I did say xylophone. I did.
Yeah, pretty astonishing, honestly.
Here's the thing. Your entire thought process about lizards and all that sort of there was never a reason for it. Lizards never did anything to your family. It was me.
Why were you shouting about voting then when you killed my family?
Change.
Why were you shouting about not voting then when you killed my family?
Because it was a part of a small town conspiracy down there in El Paso. There was a new mayor running for office. I didn't like him.
And you didn't want anyone to vote?
I didn't want anyone to vote. So every stab of the knife into, unfortunately, what was your family, was just the closest one to us when we started our trek that day. We just decided, honestly, there was no real reason. We just said, well, there they are.
Pause. We're going to play a number of words. Ross, you get 3. Matty, you get 4.
My family was random?
Pretty random, yeah.
I don't believe it.
It's the truth.
My life is lie.
Yeah. Every bit.
This podcast is done.
Yep. Doesn't matter.
Not to you, but...
Honestly, never did.
Who am I anymore?
Not Lizard King.
My family is dead.
Super fucking dead.
You killed them good.
In lizard suits.
Maybe I just leave.
Are you crying?
What if I am?
Stop.
I will not. Stop.
Show's over then?
Not this show specifically.
Start another?
So I don't know. There's only 2 words.
Oh, wait, shit.
Got you, Dr. Fart. I got you.
Now, I'm going to pause right there. I'm going to come in, little podcast producer power that I have. Matty, your interviewer has now had a change of heart. He is pro-lizard. Back in.
So, I had to confess. You know what I mean? It was never the lizards. It was never the lizards, Dan. It was me and my gang of friends dressed up as lizards, ripping your family apart right in front of you. We held you back, and we got the carnival toys. We brought them over. We played whack-a-mole with your children's dead bodies. It was all me. It was never the lizards.
That is quite a relief to me because secretly I love lizards, and I have been dreaming of a world where they vote me in as president of the lizards. I don't want to force myself. I want them to have a fair and free election where they say, we want that guy to be our lizard president, and I will pass lizard. I'm scared.
Dan, calm down for just a second.
It's Daniel, please.
Daniel, sorry, I figure we need.
I'm running for president. It's very formal.
I don't want to crush your dreams in this. So
My last name is Lizard.
Your last name is really Lizard?
It's Daniel Lizard.
So, what was that? Did you just cough? Or
I'm scared.
Okay, I understand how scared you are. I just don't understand. Lizards literally can't vote, right? They have
I think that maybe they should.
Okay, so now you've just completely switched your stance. Does the fact that I murdered your family mean nothing to you?
Pause. We're going to play Whose Line. Each of you will be given 2 cards with lines on it that you have not seen.
Listen, Daniel, the thing I don't know where your head's at with this. I understand maybe you're in shock. There's a lot of twists and turns here. You brought me on your show after all, but now I feel like I'm trying to calm you down. Okay, does this spark anything? Do you remember the last thing that your wife yelled?
I do.
As we were taking... Okay, yeah. Well, she looked at me, and I've honestly never forgot it because it's weighed on my shoulders a lot.
I remember.
I am sorry about all this, but I will never forget. As,
Yeah, it's all right.
Unfortunately, she looked right at me, and she just said, I killed my Uber driver on the way over here.
She did.
So the thing is, you guys kind of had it coming, did you not?
She did. She killed that poor kid. He was just driving, he just got his license, and he said, this is my new car, and I hope I don't get killed. And my wife stabbed him in the gut.
So,
ripped his head off with her nut, with her mouth.
With her nut?
With her nut?
With her nut mouth?
With her nut mouth. She had a separate mouth just for nuts. She put a cashew in there. She put a little almond in there. She put a little peanut. She never liked walnuts, though. She never put that in her nut mouth. She ate his neck off.
So
he was wearing an almond-shaped necklace.
This is become such a weird... You're confessing a lot to me now, and this isn't even my
And that's not even the worst part.
Really?
You want to know the worst part about our Uber drive over there?
At this point, yeah. I would expect nothing less.
I went to the bathroom in the Uber driver, and I said I wouldn't go in that bathroom for at least 10 minutes. And he said, there is no bathroom in my car. And I said, what's all this over here then? He said, that's the shit that you pooped out in my car.
You and your family honestly destroyed an Uber driver's career and then took his life.
I wouldn't say pooping in his car destroyed his career. Was it everywhere? Yes. Was it coming out of the seats? No. But...
You want to? Okay, this actually makes me. Do you want to know what my Uber driver said to me on my way over here to your lovely studio? I might add. So I was on my way over.
It is a beautiful studio. Thanks for saying that.
I was on my way over, and I was like, "Hey, pal, step on it. I got to get to a podcast. I got to get there. It's a big deal.
Well, I do appreciate your untimeliness.
I've been waiting for 45 years to tell you this. You know what I mean? And so I wanted to kind of practice it a little bit. I wanted to rehearse it a little bit. So like I had the Uber driver act like he was you, right? And so I said this to him.
He can never be me.
I said this to him, okay? And of course, he was just saying all sorts of crazy things, right? But this is the biggest thing. I said it to him, and I'm going to say it to you right now. I'm going to look you right in the eyes because I've been meaning to tell you this for years. I murdered your family. Lizards aren't real. They can't even vote. It doesn't matter.
But they should be able to.
I understand. But I just need to tell you, give me a good spanking. Just do it. Just give me a good spanking. It's what I deserve after what I did to you.
Well, yeah, I would agree that you at least deserve a good spanking, and you know what? I will give you that spanking.
Thank you.
But will you be honest with me?
Of course.
Can you smell that fart I just did now?
Yes, actually, Daniel, yes, I can.
All right, get your ass
Pause
over.
right there. We're going to finish up with fortunately, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, Daniel, yes, I can smell that fart. Yeah.
Fortunately, you're going to get your ass over here, and I'm going to give it a little spanking despite what just happened down in my pants.
Fortunately, the gases in the air that are burning my eyes and nostrils aren't going to stop me from accepting my rightful punishment.
Unfortunately, I don't have no eyes.
Unfortunately, I don't think you need eyes to spank somebody.
Fortunately, I don't need eyes to spank nobody. I've been doing it all in my life without no eyes.
Fortunately for you or for me?
Unfortunately, the doctor took him out when he said, is this the umbilical cord? And he took my eyes right out of my skull. I can't see shit.
Unfortunately, Daniel, I don't even want to. I don't even want the spanking. I don't even want to continue this conversation. I think coming on this podcast was a big mistake.
Fortunately, I lost my family 45 years ago or something. But fortunately, I've made a good friend that's never going to leave this place with me right now.
Unfortunately, Daniel, I actually have to go. So if you want to wrap up the show.
Fortunately, I've canceled all your plans for you.
Well, fortunately, I have my phone.
Unfortunately, you don't have your phone.
Well, fortunately, I was thinking about sticking around anyway, Daniel.
Fortunately for you, that's what you're going to do anyway. It's me and you now, Dr. Fart. And we'll talk about lizard suffrage all fucking day. Sorry for my language.
Fortunately for me, you don't have eyes, and I've never been the person you thought I was this entire time.
Unfortunately, I have no idea where you're at. Where are you? Where are you? What direction are you?
Fortunately, Daniel, there's a door over here.
Unfortunately, I have no power to stop him. Come back. Fortunately, I still have this penis that I can do a little. I can yank it.
Fortunately, I'm your penis, and I love getting yanked.
Unfortunately, penis, this is the end of the road. This is going to be the final yanking.
Unfortunately, this is your final yanking. Ah!
Unfortunately, I'm dying.
Fortunately for me and your balls, because we're tired of getting smacked around.
Unfortunately, you have mortally injured me, and I have no idea where you went. Where are you? Unfortunately, you're not in the same place you've been.
You know, I'm going to stop us right there. I'm going to exercise the host power and give both of you a point for that.
We could have went.
It was magnificent.
We could have went with that for another 20 minutes.
Hey, unfortunately, Daniel, my car got towed, so I got to stay around anyway.
Fortunately, I got board games.
So, gentlemen, we are going to end there after an incredible round of games.
Has there ever been a more confusing story on this show?
The lizards hating, they're not hating, they're
Well,
voting, they're not voting.
I was about to go to bat for lizard suffrage, and then you were like, change it.
Yeah.
And I said, I guess I have to be against lizard suffrage now.
Okay, wow. Yeah, that was, wow.
You threw me for a tizzy there, Taylor.
Shockingly enough, after 2 tied games, we have Ross with 3 points.
Okay.
Matty is your winner with 4 points.
That's right.
After
That's right.
2 tied
Nice.
games. Close.
Thank you. Thank you. I deserve that applause. And the
is
studio audience that is cheering right now. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. See you at the bar. Oh. What did you say, audience member?
Lizard suffrage forever, believer!
That's what I'm talking about. Lizards aren't real, but
crowd, please calm down. This is all just that was all make believe. That was all make. The
Lizards
thing isn't
aren't real.
This is
Lizards deserve the right to vote!
Ma'am,
Okay.
please sit down.
Ma'am,
please sit. This is a show.
okay, security.
Ma'am, please,
Security,
get
thank
her
you.
out. Yeah,
Thank
take
you.
her out. Okay.
Thank you.
Anyway, Maddie, great job for winning.
Thank you.
Security, please get her out of here. Great job.
What kind of show are you hosting here, bud?
I don't know. I get the crowd in here for free, so it makes it look like it's packed. I
Ah.
give away tickets. I don't really. I can't control it. You know, I can't control who comes in.
How does it taste that you lost?
You know what? Pretty all right. That was a callback to the lizard.
It's called a callback. It's a comedy device.
It's something to bring the story full circle.
Ever heard of it?
Started off as a politically
Yeah.
lizard-infused political show
Yeah. Yep.
against lizards' right to vote. I was a doctor.
Dr. Fart.
Dr. Fart.
With the P.
P-
Which
H-A-R-T-E.
honestly, great
Great
improv
name.
on my part.
Not, yeah, can't even lie.
Yeah.
Really good
You
improv.
know, switching it to the PH, genius.
Thank you.
I did that.
No, I did that.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. By the way, you're both welcome. That was actually me.
And then it turns out. So you thought lizard. So your character thought lizards killed your
Yes.
family.
Yes. Like I was thinking holes.
But then turns out, Ross
It was-
killed
it
your
was-
It was you in
Dr.
lizard
It
costume.
wasn't Dr. Fart at all, and your character just got tricked by a clearly made up
man
name.
posing as Dr. Fart. With
And
P-
I didn't have any eyes.
and you didn't have any eyes.
The entire.
Couldn't literally or figuratively see that that was a made up name and a made up person coming
Right.
onto your
He handed
podcast.
you a blank business card that said, I'm
Dr.
Dr. Fart.
You said,
You were like, yep,
"Yep,
checks out.
been wanting to have you on this show.
That's right.
Really wanted. I love the idea that your character watched human beings in lizard suits
Murder
kill
his
his
family.
family and thought they were real
It
lizards.
created a whole prejudice around it too. It's just like those damn lizards kill my. Also, the voice was just mind blowing out of the gate. We never even did accents only or impressions the whole time because
it was a character
You
choice.
just
I
committed.
can't have you change this voice.
That's right.
You had to go through.
Oh,
the
I was
whole
doing it for the long haul.
That's you were in it.
Yeah.
You were really committed to the lizard.
I really deserve to win, if I had to say.
You did. You did deserve the win. I think the folks at home think the exact same thing, whether they're watching, whether they're listening. I think it is. So if they want to congratulate you or send you little lizard emojis, where can they do that at, Maddie?
Please do that. I'm on Instagram at Maddie_online.
Somewhere right over there. Taylor, want anybody to find you online?
You can find me at lizardking.substack.com.
You took it?
Yeah.
I tried to get it the other day, and I was like, who has this?
It's my pro lizard stance website, man. You know.
Oh, my God.
That's
Lizards forever.
Lizards forever. Big Godzilla fan over here. I take it.
Actually, yeah.
Well,
He's the
what a
big
turn
one.
of events. So, as maybe is becoming tradition here on the show, I want us all three to play a game as we say goodbye. However, if this is one of the earlier episodes released, you don't know what the tradition is. But guess what? Everything's made up on the show, and it doesn't fucking matter. I can do whatever I want.
That's true.
So I can
it's
start
your
a
show.
tradition
You can
right
do whatever
now,
you want.
or it's been a tradition for a while. We're all three going to play one final game together as we say goodbye, and we're going to make up our goodbye one word at a time. Taylor, kick us off.
Lizard.
Scales,
Taste
Good.
but
my
Lizard.
scales.
taste.
Bad.
So
I
Take.
another
lizard
Scale.
and
taste.
That.
shit.
I think it's perfect. That's
I like how they've always gone country western for us.
always.
It's easier
Always.
to sing a goodbye song in a country western song. I'm also going to start putting like a Disney sing along with the
Yes.
bouncing ball.